Good evening. My name is Glenford Robinson, and I'm here once again to talk to you about how to create wealth and what strategies to use. And the first one that we will go over is called. It's actually maintaining excellent credit, or getting excellent credit if you don't already have excellent credit. Most wealthy people possess excellent credit before they became wealthy. In fact, if they didn't possess great credit, they probably wouldn't have achieved wealth. Many millionaires accumulate their wealth through real estate transactions. People don't normally buy real estate with cash money. Instead, they take out mortgages, and getting approved for a mortgage requires great credit. Anyone would agree with that. Therefore, one can see here that excellent credit increases a person's chance of acquiring wealth. In terms of real estate, this is not across the board, because some people become wealthy by winning the lottery. And anyone could win the lotto, whether or not you have good credit or excellent credit. Yeah, so it's not across the board. Our next strategy in creating wealth, I call this one the fear of failing. Use the fear of failing to achieve your success in creating wealth. Wealthy people use the fear of losing wealth to keep their wealth. That's common sense. If you have a lot of wealth, you're going to do everything in your power to keep that wealth, because there's no way as a wealthy person you want to become poor. That's the last thing on your mind. All right. So wealthy people work extra hard on wealth building strategies, similarly to what we're doing right now. We're not necessarily working on it, we're talking about it. And it's always good to read information about anything, not just wealth, and act on the information that you're getting. Because sometimes people have a lot of information and they know what to do in order to create wealth, but they don't apply the steps that they know and the strategies. And yeah, well, I know what I mean. You have one or two friends, you could say, do that. For example, people with mortgages. For example, people with mortgages who have been through the rigors of renting use the fear of going back under the claws of a landlord to make sure that they do whatever it takes to pay their mortgage on time, so they won't lose their homes. I know a lot of people can relate to that. Yeah, so the fear of failing, and you could use the fear of failing to achieve anything, not just mortgage or becoming wealthy. You could use the fear of failing in anything. You could come up with all kinds of examples. All right, our next strategy is called work lots of overtime. Work a second job or work 7 days a week. A person who wants to create wealth must spend less and save more. Bring in more money or add more funds to the budget. Working lots of overtime, holding a second job, or working 7 days per week will make it possible to add more funds to the budget. This extra money can be used to pay off debt, save, and invest. But remember, folks, working lots of overtime and maxing out on all the hours that you can work, that's not the only way of becoming wealthy. We have to remember that in order to become wealthy, we have to use leverage. So we could only work so much, 80 hours per week, 60 hours, 120 hours every 2 weeks. But we have to sleep sometime, and we can only work so many hours because we trade hours for dollars, which isn't a good way to becoming wealthy. That's why most wealthy people own their own businesses. Yes, right, because you put in 2 hours of work in your own business, that you could make millions of dollars. But put in 2 hours of work at your regular day job, let's see what happens. If you make $40 an hour, that'll be $80. All right. Yeah. So becoming wealthy, you have to own your own business. There's so many things, and holding down a 9 to 5 is one of those ways. It will help you pay your bill, but you won't get rich from having a boss. You got to be your own boss. All right. Another strategy is do the opposite. Do the opposite of what everyone else appears to be doing, because most people do not have wealth. So if a person does the thing that everyone else doesn't seem to be doing, then that person will become wealthy. If that person follows the strategies and the formula. And as you look around you, most of the people around you aren't wealthy. So if you try to emulate and do what all the folks around you do, obviously you won't become wealthy. You have to do the thing that no one else is doing. Or do the thing that everyone else isn't doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm telling you exactly the information that I got from the Omaha Oracle, Warren Buffett himself. I didn't make it up. Oh yeah, this common knowledge of becoming wealthy. Yep. Not if you want to become wealthy, you can't. I said again, you have to be your own boss. It's just across the board. Common knowledge. I didn't make it up. All right. The other strategy is save. People must save 10% of what they make in order to become wealthy. Therefore, we must not spend all the money we make, regardless of how deep we are in debt. And I think I'm going to stop there for now, because this video, I don't want it to be too heavy, take too long to upload. Alright, so I'm going to stop there, and later on, I'm going to go over the remaining steps of becoming wealthy or creating wealth. Alright, so I'm going to sign off there. And again, my name is Glenn Ford Robinson, and we are talking about becoming wealthy. And so long. I'm signing off.